Heritage Auctions in Dallas, Texas. We're previewing the art of the Disney theme park. It is an auction coming up on April 8th, 9th, and 10th, and it is, I have to say, in one room right now, I've never seen so many incredible pieces of Disney theme park history, stuff I have never seen before, and some stuff that's incredibly rare. So we've been invited to check it out. Let's take a preview of what's available. A quick run through of some of the highlights. Obviously there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items. We start at the top here. We have the this is the actual pitch book for the Indiana Jones adventure at Disneyland. Just behind it, we have a book of approved publicity photos for the attraction. Of note, in the middle, we have the Disney's America Executive Summary of Rezoning Application from January 1994, which gives you a run-through of this Disney park in Virginia that was never even built. We actually, in another video, are going to take an in-depth look at that. Pretty neat back here, a feasibility analysis for Oriental Disneyland, a name that it's probably best they did not go with for Tokyo Disneyland. Original plan, there you see the original thought for World Bazaar, in fact, on the front of that. Very cool. Interesting right now with Splash Mountain going away at Disneyland and Disney World, we have a collection of concept art from Splash Mountain and Walt Disney World. Very, very cool. And then down here at the bottom, one of the weirdest things in this auction, but pretty interesting. This is, I guess, a maquette of one of the puppets that would have been in the Legend of the Lion King show. It was a puppet show where Mickey's Filler Magic is now in Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom. This is a maquette someone made to help in the development of those puppets. The puppets are pretty neat. It's not surprising a lot of development went into them. Up here we have a small sampling of some of the signage from the theme parks that'll be available in the auction. There's obviously a lot. It's interesting to see Snow White's Scary Adventures from Disneyland because that's no longer a thing. It's Snow White's Enchanted Wish now. Walt Disney World Railroad, Walt Disney World Monorail, lots of good stuff. This is really fun, this bumper sticker, because everyone, of course, Disneyland celebrates its birthday every year on July 17th. The official opening, though, not the invited opening, was July 18th, and this bumper sticker says Disneyland opens July 18th along the Santa Ana Freeway in Anaheim. It's just like your local amusement park. It's the bumper sticker has like the address of where you'd find the park. Obviously today you don't really have to tell people where Disneyland is. Behind that we have art from this book, which is Walt Disney's Donald Duck on Tom Sawyer Island. There was a series of publications which took place in Disneyland, and so we have Donald as advertised. He's on Tom Sawyer Island back there. But I have to say the art I like the most, the original art piece in the front here is Main Street USA with the Moonliner from Tomorrowland visible over the skyline, which we believe would have been a thing back in the original Disneyland. The Moonliner was quite tall. Down at the bottom we have all sorts of ephemera from Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, specifically at Tokyo Disneyland. We have a Magic Kingdom Club calendar page advertising the opening of the attraction. We have a belt buckle, all sorts of cool stuff. We also have a binder full of construction photos from the building of the attraction in Tokyo Disneyland. We have some concept art in the back. This really cool map. Yeah, Tokyo's Big Thunder is a little wonky compared to Disneyland. Pretty interesting. In here we have a lot of statues. A number of these are cast member awards up at the top, so cast members reach a certain goal with the company, however many years, and through time they've been awarded with these different statues. More interestingly, I think we have hub statues. If you've ever been to a Disney theme park anywhere in the world, you're probably familiar with these character hub statues. And obviously if you've been to a park, you're familiar with the partner statue, which this particular bust of Walt is from Blaine Gibson's mold for the partner statue at the Disney parks. This Mickey is from Tokyo Disneyland. That's where you'll find that Mickey hub statue. Minnie is from a number of the parks. Down at the bottom we also have Pluto, Jiminy and Pinocchio, Chip and Dale, and then another Tokyo exclusive Daisy Duck. So if that one doesn't look familiar, it's probably because it's from Japan. I also really love this art in the back, which was developed for a book around the opening time of Walt Disney World. this way, we have a number of manuals and all sorts of interesting books here. Here is a standard operating procedures manual for the Walt Disney World Monorail system. We have the story guide and operating procedures of the Highway in the Sky, the monorail at Disneyland. And then we have Community Transportation Services, a division of Buena Vista Distribution, subsidiary of Walt Disney Productions. In case you've never heard this story before, the Walt Disney Company essentially was going to go into public transportation. They obviously were developing monorails, people mover systems, and they were going to try to sell those to the general public. And then below that, we have some very colorful maintenance manuals for some Tomorrowland attractions at Walt Disney World. Mission to Mars, the Wedway People Mover, and Space Mountain. Which I just think the covers are, we could bore you with the inside, but the covers are just so colorful and fun. We also have one for the GE Carousel of Progress, when it was at Walt Disney World, the original incarnation of the Walt Disney World show, an Imagineering handbook, and a pre-opening manpower and organizational master plan for Tokyo Disney. Here we have one of the 50 hidden Mickeys from Disneyland's 50th, this one from the Enchanted Tiki. Moving this way. We talked before about the invitational press preview of Disneyland, which was actually what happened on July 17, 1955, and that's what this parking pass and press preview indicate, that July 17th date. Also next to the Disneyland Dictionary, and a very timely thing, that Disneyland report to Anaheim and Orange County 2 years into Disneyland's existence. Disneyland telling the city of Anaheim and Orange County just how important they were to them. Also, this is a really cool, very old, wet Imagineering construction hard hat. And if you ever see those old Disneyland construction photos, you've undoubtedly seen one of your favorite Imagineers from the past wearing one of those. It's so cool to see that in person. This is a globe of Walt Disney World that was distributed to travel agencies very early on in the resort's history, and it is a globe showcasing all of Walt Disney World. So you see we have the Seven Seas Lagoon, the Magic Kingdom, the Polynesian Village, all of those things are here, and if you go around, it'll encompass all of the property as it existed at that time. We have a window from Cinderella Castle, piece of a window from Cinderella Castle. The art in the back here might look somewhat familiar to many of you, a book that many of you probably own, those Walt Disney World, those big pictorial souvenir books through the years. A couple of different versions of them had this art with Figment and the riverboat, the castle, Spaceship Earth, and a number of other things from Epcot. Well, that's the original ink art for that. And then what Marty Sklar wrote after Walt Disney passed away, a background in philosophy to guide the Walt Disney World team and project. Very important part of Walt Disney World's history. Speaking of Walt Disney World history, did you know that the World Showcase was not going to be connected to Future World? At one point it was its own thing, the Walt Disney World Showcase, and in a separate video we're actually going to show you the inside of both of those. A really interesting look at what could have been a separate World Showcase park. We then have a number of items from the Haunted Mansion. We have this Ezra head, which is off of one of the ghosts that would have been, quote unquote, in your vehicle, following you home, if you will, the old ending at Walt Disney World before it was replaced with projection technology. We have a completely uncut full reel of the Madame Leota film that plays on the head inside the crystal ball. We have a complete original Haunted Mansion ride maintenance manual. You see Wet Enterprises Imagineering listed on there. We have one of the original pop-up ghost heads from the attic scene of the ride as well. We have a Disneyland backstage issue celebrating the opening of the Haunted Mansion. We have this Haunted Mansion reference manual, which is really spectacular, points out just how a lot of your favorite effects in the classic attraction work. And right now we'll flash a couple images from inside there for you to look at. Very, very cool. And yeah, it's incredible, incredible. Some signs from the Haunted Mansion, some props from Haunted Mansion Holiday at Disneyland. We have some animatronic heads from various attractions as well. Some people really like those. I think they're kind of creepy. I don't know. don't know how I feel about that. Up above, we have a number of, these are real Disneyland attraction posters. And you might be saying, well, why are they so vibrant? Well, the screen printing process was really a magical thing. The way they used to make attraction posters. These are very old, yet they just look how vibrant and beautiful they are. They're very big. We have the one for the Mad Tea Party, the Dumbo the Flying Elephant, and the Carousel in Fantasyland, Alice in Wonderland, just for Frontierland, the Mark Twain and the canoes there, the Golden Horseshoe Review, Peter Pan's Flight, which also advertises Snow White and Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, the Storybook Land canal boats with Monstro eating a boat, and the Matterhorn bobsleds in Fantasyland. If we move to this wall here, we go back to Walt Disney World, and this is Phase 1 of Walt Disney World. This is from November 29th of 1971. It gives you a snapshot of what the property looked like at the time and what the plans were moving forward with the property. So up here, you're gonna see a lot of familiar things, right? We have the Magic Kingdom there, but we also have a number of future hotel sites, some of which would amount to something, some of which would not. Obviously, the Grand Floridian ended up there. Still nothing in these spots. There were going to be things like the Persian Resort, and we see Discovery Island and Tri-Circle D and lots of other cool things. But if we go down, we see future Epcot development, a residential district that would become Disney Springs in more recent years, that area, the Lake Buena Vista area, and the conservation area towards the bottom of the property. And then a more fanciful version of Walt Disney World as it was in 1971 could be found in this piece of art, which was hung in the rooms at Disney's Contemporary Resort on opening day. So this again has a more colorful, fanciful look at the park, and obviously it doesn't show things that didn't exist yet. So we don't have the Spaceport or Space Mountain, do not exist there yet. The Western River Expedition right there, which was still planned to be built in Frontierland, is there. You see 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in Fantasyland. Really, really cool. There's that Persian Resort all the way up there. The Contemporary, where it ended up. Yeah, very, very cool. Also the Venetian, which wasn't built either. But a snapshot of Walt Disney World at a simpler time, but also looking forward to what would be a little future planning for Disney World. But I think they would learn in later years to maybe wait until things are actually built to put them on, things in hotels, because you kind of have to build them then. Speaking of art from the Contemporary, though, we also have these Mary Blair pieces, which would match her beautiful Grand Canyon Concourse mural. So the rooms would evoke that as well, not the Incredibles. This is a backdrop of the Gummy Bears from the Disney Afternoon. This was in Mickey's Birthday Land. There was a series of different cartoon backdrops you could take a photo with, and a young Tom Corless did that many, many a time. Some more posters. We have the Haunted Mansion in New Orleans Square, and one of my personal favorites, the Santa Fe and Disneyland Railroad passing through the primeval world. We have some Main Street artifacts here. We have some chairs from the Casey's Corner at the Magic Kingdom, and as well the horse post from Main Street at the Magic Kingdom as well. And then you probably already saw this. I panned over. And this is a Clem Hall of Imagineering. This is an actual stretching room painting from the Haunted Mansion. And it's really beautiful. This is an actual painting. We're gonna get pretty close here. You can see, even see where the paint dripped down a bit, but look at this detail. We really get in here. I mean, this is going to go to a collector for a large amount, undoubtedly, and it's worth it. It's really, really beautiful. Sticking with that theme, we have Phantom Manor at Disneyland Paris, or at the time this costume is from Euro Disney, and actually the tags inside of this original Phantom Manor costume say Euro Disney from the opening here. You Here we have a large sign for New Tomorrowland at Walt Disney World. Of course, the 1994 re-envisioning of the land as a, tomorrow that never was but always will be in our minds, and a working city. And this was a large sign that would have told guests about that land coming, and there were large construction walls to cover, so it makes a lot of sense. We have some more of the attraction posters here. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Tomorrowland. These are all Disneyland. Autopia in Tomorrowland. These are all Tomorrowland, in fact. The Disneyland Alweg Monorail system, passing the Moonliner and the Matterhorn. The rocket jets, fly one yourself. Those are the rocket jets. The Skyway and the submarine voyage. And last but not least here, this is a costume from the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea attraction, which operated at the Magic Kingdom from 1971 to 1994. We've got this stylish jean hat with the really cool pin on it, the Nemo or Nautilus N with the fish tails. Love this pin, always have. The cat's really cool. Then you also have the jean jacket with the matching fish patch, right? You see the fish eyes. I'm not crazy. Very stylish. They actually have the whole costume is available. Heritage Auctions, the art of the Disney theme park, is open for bidding now via HA.com and live auctioneers. The event is April 8th, 9th, and 10th. To view all available items, visit HA.com/7252.